Unless you've been living under a rock recently, there is simply no way you have avoided all the Hogwarts Legacy chat. I mean, our channel alone has multiple guides on the game already, which will be linked at the end of the video, and are a fantastic reason to subscribe to us. Anyway, Hogwarts Legacy is out next month, and the question everyone will likely want to know is if they need to book any time off work due to how long the game is going to take them to complete. We've seen from trailers and showcases that there's a whole bunch of stuff to do outside of just general classes and storyline quests, but how long is that all going to take? A whole bunch of information has been leaked, and while it may or may not be true, as is the nature of leaks, we will warn you now that this is technically mild spoiler territory for those who want to enter the game with no prior knowledge of potential storylines. Again though, these may not necessarily be true, but a lot of them make sense with the direction the game's been going. So here's all the information we know from that huge leak. First off, different houses will have different progression routes and individual main quests. So for example, Hufflepuff will have a different storyline progression route to Slytherin. The storylines will eventually all reach the same climactic end, but the journey there will be different for each house. Students who are sorted into a certain unnamed house will have a side mission that involves you going to Azkaban. We've not seen Dementors yet from the game, but the inclusion of Azkaban in this leak does suggest that they will be there in some form or another. I'm not a gambling man, but I'm putting my money on Slytherin being that house that can go to Azkaban as well. It just makes sense really, doesn't it? The Avada Kedavra curse can only be learnt from a side mission. The Avada Kedavra curse is featured heavily in a lot of trailers, but apparently it can only be learnt from a side mission. While we've seen the curse in the showcase for the battle arena, if the leaks be to be believed, we will not get access to the curse until near the end of the game when the main storyline is coming to a close. I mean, this does make sense to be fair, as the killing curse will be considered the most powerful curse in the entire game, so it would be pretty silly to give you it early on. Other leaks have also suggested that you will not be able to use the killing curse whenever you fancy, and that it will have some form of cooldown timer in between uses so you can't just go around spamming it on everybody. But how long will a game actually take you to complete? Well, it's been estimated so far that to just complete the main storyline, without focusing on collectibles and side quests, will take you around 35 hours. If you're looking to 100% complete the game, with all the collectibles and extras included, it should take you around 75 hours. Now, if you're looking to complete every physical quest that is available to you, and truly 100% complete the game, you'll have to have 4 different playthroughs of each house, as there are unique quests for each one. So ultimately, it's going to take you around 150 hours to 110% complete the game. There are nearly 100 Merlin puzzles in the game as well. These can be solved in a variety of ways and will incorporate all the magic that the player has been taught throughout the game. Since the first preview of the game was released in 2020, apparently 90% of the build that they had back then has either been removed entirely or remade. The initial games folder for the game was first created in 2017, which was around the time that first bit of footage from the game was leaked online, sending the internet into meltdown. In those initial files and first build, Quidditch was included but has since been cut. Those files suggested that the game would support all 4 positions for players to use in Quidditch, but the sport as a whole was abandoned after about a year of production. The files are still accessible though, so this does not rule out a potential feature for the popular wizard sport in the future. The original game map was much larger than the one we will be presented with at launch as well, and apparently the team cut nearly a quarter of the original map out of the game. From the map we're presented with, we can still see areas like the Highlands and the swamps, but they are not accessible at all throughout the story. From what information leakers have gathered, the team are judging how well the game does sales-wise, and will use these areas as potential DLCs in the future. Considering the game is already top of the Steam charts for sales before it's even released, I think it's pretty safe to assume this will go well. We recently saw the reveal of Headmaster Black, who is related to popular character Sirius Black. According to these leaks, he will not be playing a big part in the game at all. His inclusion was mainly due to nostalgic reasons, so people can have some link between Hogwarts Legacy and the original book series. The same can be said about the new teacher that was included, whose last name was Weasley. PlayStation users will also have access to a series of quests that are exclusive to the console. These quests are said to be very worth trying and will justify choosing the PlayStation version over other consoles or PC. The PlayStation exclusive quest actually looks pretty creepy, and it will see players venture into a mannequin-filled basement of that's inside Madame Mason's rundown shop in Hogsmeade. It's available to all PlayStation players, who will also get access to the Shopkeeper's Cosmetics set, which is an extra in-game Hogsmeade shop, as well as an additional dungeon. The actual questline will be released on PC, Xbox and Nintendo Switch players from February 10th, 2024, but it's unknown as of yet if the cosmetics set and the additional dungeon will be included as well. Players are able to fly their brooms or mounts almost anywhere. While you have free will to fly anywhere around Hogwarts and the surrounding grounds, you cannot fly over Hogsmeade, and you will be forced to dismount if you attempt it. Players also have the opportunity to capture and look after a phoenix in the game. The game will also include classic RPG elements like dungeon exploring and boss battles. These are said to be really tough, so it's recommended that you level up majorly by doing a lot of side missions before you even attempt these. The Hogwarts Legacy release date will now be staggered across the following dates. It's the 10th of February 2023 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC, the 4th of April for PS4 and Xbox One, and the 25th of July for Nintendo Switch. Do you want to know more about the game? Make sure to subscribe to our channel. I've been Ollie and I'll catch you next time.